Hello, 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 Eldritch Revolt here again with Vanish. We are going to try to beat this game today. Hopefully. I don't know. Last time didn't go so well. The last two times didn't go so well. I'm really hoping this doesn't descend into some sort of situation where this game becomes like the epicenter of the channel because of how many times I have to throw myself at it. Really hoping that doesn't become the case, but it might. It might. We've read this, I think. Yeah, we've read this one. By Hank. With capital A's. I don't know why. I've always noticed that, but just is one of the things I've continuously noticed throughout his letters. Well, let's go right. Let's see what happens. Probably nothing good. Pipe. Light. Alright. Let's go into the darkness. Think this wasn't the best idea already. Let me guess, I'm going to turn around. One's going to be walking down this hallway, isn't it? Putting hard money on it, no? Oh. Game decided to be nice. That's rare. That's new. That's something I wasn't expecting. Just heard something scream. Didn't know who or what it was, but I definitely heard something. Quite a ways away, so I think I'm safe. I'd like to think I'm safe. At least. Alright. It's sad because there's not that much to comment about after, like, the third time. Oh, God. Going through this. Because it all just starts to seem kind of familiar and done over and over. It gets very repetitive very quickly, and that's... Some people like repetitive gameplay. I can, like, for example, in RPGs, like MMOs, like World of Warcraft. That game can get really repetitive, but a lot of people, including myself, love it and play it religiously almost. Yeah, read this. And I can see why a lot of people would be attracted to that type of repetitive gameplay. Oh. Hey, it's glow sticks. Again. I mean, it kept me entertained for ages. I mean, I don't play it as much as I used to, but I definitely used to be a big fan of World of Warcraft. I'd play it almost every day. But you see, the thing is, eventually that starts to go stale. And that's already started to occur in this game. Nothing against the game, but this is about 30 minutes in, and the gameplay's already starting to get a bit stale. Now, that could just be because my personal preference. Oh, this is new. This is very new. The keys! We found the keys. We may be able to beat this. No idea what that was. No. 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 Really? See, this is what I mean. You can have a really good run. You can be doing well, get everything you need, but the game throws you in a situation where you can't actually win. I'm pretty sure something collapsed behind me there, so I couldn't have gone back. Then again, I could be wrong. But everything about that situation was telling me just keep moving forward. Well, I keep moving forward, and there's a mole. There's Mole Man. That's one of the downsides that you can have when you rely on a randomly generated world. It can do things like that. Throw you a curveball that's really not all that fair. Sure smells down here. I'm taking a lot more turns to get to the generator room than I remember. And that's another thing. I mean, I know this game isn't story heavy. I wouldn't expect it to be. It's a simple romp through the sewers for a horror game. But the thing is, it doesn't have anything holding it up. Now, I haven't actually legitimately been scared through this whole thing, but it's got me a good jump a few times. That's about it. And this is a good game. The developers obviously put a lot of work into it. I'm not bashing this game. Better than anything I could ever do. But the thing is, there's not much holding it up. And if there's not much holding up the horror of a game, or a movie, or anything, it just tends to fall apart and you can't get as invested in it as you could in a narrative. For example, Dead Space, Amnesia. Those games are terrifying. And they have a narrative to back it up. And the actual mechanics are terrifying. Everything about those games are built up to scare you. Maybe not Dead Space 3, but they are horror games through and through, and they are meant to scare you. They are meant to instill that sense of panic. That's what you're looking for in a horror game. Panic. I'm not getting that here. I'm not getting panic. It wasn't a shock that I saw him. I expected him to be randomly generated there sometime. It's not... They aren't aggressive. They don't seem to actually be that interested in killing you. And the fact is, I haven't had to run once this whole game. And the monsters aren't really that much of a threat. They're more or less a roadblock. And that's kind of sad, because there's a lot they could have done with this. It's an interesting concept, and I do enjoy it. That's fair. And see, that's what I was talking about. The fact this map is randomly generated can do stuff like that. Just ruin everything you were working for by making you have to turn around and go back. Like I said, a lot of these runs don't feel like you're gaining anything. They just feel like you're doing the same repetitive thing over and over. I hate to sound like a critic. I'm not. I have no authority to actually critique this game. But, see, what am I supposed to do here? What am I actually supposed to do here? And that's the issue of relying on randomly generated monsters for a horror game. You're going to end up with situations like this that are just unfair to the player. I can't go one way, I can't go the other, because eventually I'm just going to end up dying until it randomly generates again and regenerates the area and we're back at square one. See, I don't feel like I made any progress. I haven't even gotten the glow sticks. And he's still there. So I don't think it actually regenerated the area. I'm gonna go back, and if the other guy's still hanging around, I'm just gonna kill myself, because there's not much else I can actually do to make progress here. The game's just boxed me in. I can't get angry about it, because it's randomly generated. The odds of this happening were like 1,001. But the fact of the matter is, it shouldn't be able to do this. And the developers need to realize it shouldn't be able to do this. Yeah, just kill me. I'll pick this up next episode. We'll try to make some more progress. But, I'm not gonna drag this series out. If I can't beat this in another few parts, I'm just gonna leave this, come back to it another day, because I don't want this dragging this down. This was Eldritch Revolt with Vanished.